What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I am getting Atomic Heart. This is a series where I go through a game or a movie, and I discuss whether I'm getting it, not getting it, or I'm somewhere in between. And for Atomic Heart, I'm incredibly excited for it. It really all boils down, I think I've said this, here and there on the channel before, it boils down to just what we've seen, right? In the gameplay trailers and all of the very high-octane action moments. Can the game keep that the entire time? Now, as time has moved on, people have had to do their kind of final previews, right? IGN, I believe, even did kind of a final thing for this game, and it kind of opens up. You see what the game is probably going to look like in more of the minute-to-minute gameplay. You watch again, like a gameplay trailer, and you see some of the most beautiful, again, high-octane action. You're moving, the enemies are moving, it's all chaotic, it all looks so cool. It's like BioShock mixed with 1,000 other things. It looks really rad, like, honestly, it does. But then you say, okay, well, it can't possibly do that for the entire game, right? And the answer is it doesn't seem like that's going to happen, right? It's also a little bit more tactical than maybe it looks. Looks like it's going to be a little bit harder. The enemies don't seem like the most easy to eliminate, let's say. It seems like it's going to take quite some work, especially if you don't have a lot of ammo, if you don't have a lot of resources. It's going to take a while. But I have a lot of confidence in this game, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this video. This is what I'm hoping for, right? You think to this year, and you think to, and trust me, I mean, I've covered these games, and I will cover these games. You think to Hogwarts, you think to Starfield, Jedi Survivor. I mean, and that's just maybe even the first half of the year. There are some gigantic games that release in 2023. Atomic Heart has always struck me as it's big. It's a full-price game. This isn't some indie kind of thing, even though maybe people don't necessarily know the developer or, whatever. It's a big game. And I just feel like if there's ever going to be a game this year that is AAA, but maybe people don't look at it the same, and maybe people sleep on it, and it surprises people. If there's a game that can cover all of that, I think Atomic Heart, honestly, could be that game. There may be some games that get overlooked or underappreciated. I'm hoping like Texas Chainsaw Massacre nails it, or The Wolf Among Us 2, right? Like there's games like that, but Atomic Heart, I just kind of feel is different. I like to go through kind of its release window and talk about, is there any other games around it? And there are, and I think there's going to be for a lot of games that come out this year, but Atomic Heart obviously comes out February 21st, right? And it comes out PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X, right? Comes out the same day like a Dragon Ishin. Comes out, I believe, the day before the PSVR 2 and all of their launch games. Comes out a couple days before Sons of the Forest. Comes out, obviously, about a week after Hogwarts Legacy. So, again, as I've said, and I've said this in past videos as well, it's hard. You're not going to be able to release a game, ideally, and it's probably good for gamers. They're not going to be able to release a game this year without it having some sort of competition, roughly around it. And that's a good thing for us, maybe not a good thing for them, but it just gives us options. But again, ultimately for this game, I think comes down to if it can hold up to what we've seen. Because I think you show, honestly, almost anybody. I'm not even a first-person shooter kind of guy, right? Although, there's different kind of genres of that, right? You wouldn't say Call of Duty is the same thing as BioShock, and this game, again, should remind you quite a bit of BioShock. So they're not exactly the same thing, but I think you show somebody, even with a moderate interest in the kind of genre or this kind of game, show them this game and tell me that they don't say, holy God, it really does look impressive just from a casual, you walk by and you see the trailer on TV and you're impressed. So the question is, can they hold that up through the entire game? I really hope they do, and if they do, it really could be one of the better games of the year. And I do have a feeling it's going to relatively be a game that's overlooked. Because of when it releases, because you think to Resident Evil, or again, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, or eventually Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff, right? You may forget about Atomic Heart, but I really hope they nail it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Or are you getting the game or not? Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.